What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Trading Live with Bubba, and a little action today. Surprisingly, I've been quiet. Interesting, the Dow is way up, and the Nasdaq and S&P are down, and the Nasdaq's getting hammered. We'll see, but we might get a couple of opportunities here to make a couple of trades. A little bit dangerous, but certainly, if we get something, we're happy to trade it. There was a trade in gold before we got here. Thank you, sir, for putting that on. I forgot to do that. There was a trade in gold here, which would have been okay. Again, if you weren't here, and it's no big deal. I mean, when we're getting trades, It's okay. I need a little bit more volume on this sell-off to go ahead and participate. You can see crude oil's in nowhere's land. But potentially here we get a, again, we get some volume on the way down here. We can get a buy in the indexes. Looks like the Dow is headed south pretty sharply now. It's still up, but it was up to almost 300. Now it's up 90. But one of the things is interesting as well is the VIX finally turned up. It was lower for a while. Gold is going down now. So let's see if we can get a potential trade here. Looks like we might get something here in the S&P. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. The stop in the S&P right now would be 64.33. If we get a trade, we don't have a trade yet, but 64.33 would be the stop. Still waiting for an entry, which means we need a green bar. And we'll wait. Right now, there's nothing we would buy anyways or sell. So we're just sitting here hanging out. Looks like we may be getting... Now, the one problem you got here with the S&P is your stop's going to be awfully big. Okay. We can adjust the stop to, just below the low, but not normally what I'm looking at. But based on the lack of action and lack of activity, you can go ahead and buy here if you want. Okay, with a stop at 64.38. Okay, and you should sell one. You're trading multiple, so you should sell one. Okay, and then move your stop to break even. Okay, and your stop should be at break even, and you should be out of one with a profit. Okay, we'll see if we can let the other one run. And we're still running, so we're still in good shape. Okay. All right. Certainly, you could look at the Dow as a possibility here. With the stop at 45,060. $45,060. Okay, and your S&P is a nice winner. Move your stop. If you're in the S&P, move your stop up to 64.45. Yeah, it's a nice win. And getting close to getting out of one of the Dow, maybe. Close, but not yet. Okay, but stop it in the S&P 64.45 with a profit locked up. Dow, you should be out of one. Let's take your stop to break even on the other. Okay, all right, so that's 2 for 2, and not much else at the moment. Just take a look at a few other things here while we're waiting. Let me just see where we are in time. Okay, stopped out on the Dow in full, still in the S&P. Okay, Dow stopped out with a profit. All right, we'll just take a quick look at the regular stuff. Apple, nothing to do. There's not a lot to do here. Amazon, nothing to do. Coin, nothing to do. Crowd, nothing to do. Ether, nothing to do. Meta, nothing to do. Again, these are all in mid-range on a crappy day anyways. I mean, it's not that busy, so certainly it's not really something we'd like to get overly involved in. We're still in our S&P trade. Go ahead and move your stop up to 64.46. Okay, if you're still in with me. Okay. And we'll see if how that works out. But in the meantime, we got a nice little profit there, profit in the Dow. And at the moment, nothing else to trade. Okay, stop at 64.46. Okay, and out. Okay, out with a profit there. And right now we have nothing else to do. So 2 trades, 2 for 2. Let's go back and see what's going on the main board. Google would have been a sale the other day, but again, I'm going to tell you truthfully, I'm not all that excited about doing much of anything unless we get a massive move one way or the other. INOQ, you could certainly look at selling put spreads here if you chose. I'm going to pass. Again, to me, it's too thin. I'd rather sit it out. IWM, nothing to do. MP, nothing to do. Microsoft, getting close to being selling a put spreads, but right now, nothing to do. MSTR, you could sell put spreads here, correlated to Bitcoin if you wanted. Certainly a reasonable look. Let me just take a look at it and see what I would do. Again, I am not personally going to make these trades. I usually make them all with you, but I'm kind of just winding down into this extremely slow environment. You could sell the 342.50 and buy the 340. Do that for $1 if you want. Okay. Again, that's your banking that it is oversold. Okay. And you have an opportunity. That's what I would look at if I were going to make the trade. Again, I am not personally going to make these trades right now. NNE is certainly well overdone now. Certainly you could look at selling put spreads there as well. Nugget, just coming off the top, nothing really to do here. NVIDIA, back at the mean. Palantir, just back at the mean. Believe it or not, down $12, just back at the mean. QBTS, you could sell some put spreads there if you felt like it. Okay. The Qs, nothing to do. SMCI, nothing to do. XYZ, nothing to do. SPY, nothing to do. Tesla, nothing to do. WIN, nothing to do. So you get the picture. There's not a lot going on. Okay. That's what you got to remember. Again, why force action when there isn't any action? Okay. Again, if they give me a clear signal, I'm happy to take it. I mean, here's one that I'd be watching. I do have a position myself in it now. I am not going to add to it, okay, yet, but I'm getting closer to it. Okay. We get down a little bit lower, I would certainly add to this position. And I would sell here. I would sell deep in the money put spreads, creating a synthetic call. Okay. But overall, again, I'm not overly interested. I've got enough positions on that I carry all the time that I'm not interested in adding into a market that is trading at the pace that this market is trading right now. That's what you have to remember. What is the market doing? What are the opportunities that it may be creating? Okay. Or if any. Okay. And right now we have no position and nothing to look at yet. We'll see what happens here if anything does come our way. But again, I think to remember this is a business about capital preservation as well as everything to get overly involved. Okay, and that's what I think you're looking at. Sometimes you're just no reason to get involved. Okay, but that'll just happen. Yeah, my thing just froze up. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, there we go. All right, so once again, we'll sit here and look and see if anything shows up. Either if we can get 3 standard deviations away from the mean, or we can get a blow off. Those are the 2 areas we're looking for right now. And we did make 2 trades, and both were winners, so that was good. Excuse me. So here we sit, waiting for a reason to trade. I don't have a reason to trade anything right now. Okay, any trade I would make right now would be purely a speculative guess. Okay, and that's something that you want to remember. Okay, I'm not looking to make a speculative guess. If I'm going to make a trade, then I want it to be based on what I can see in the chart, not what I think. Okay, that's very important to remember and understand. Okay. So at the end of the day, again, we're just waiting. We'll see if something else shows up. Looks like we want to make another run down from here. So we're ready if the signal shows up. Okay. But we have had 2 trades today so far. So we'll see if we can get another couple before we're all said and done here. Now we are still pretty thin. A little bit better than it's been, but it is pretty thin as well. So something to keep in mind. So once again, everything's kind of in mid-range, and there's no spike in price, nor is there a spike in volume. So what are we to do here? We're here to watch. Sometimes you observe the market. Okay, that's something that you have to be clear about yourself at. Is there a reason to trade? Somebody just sent me a trade. I'm just going to look at it real quick with you. Yin, the China bull. I don't see much there that I'd be willing to do. So whatever it is, it is. And let me see what the options look like just in case, so I can get an idea. Okay. All right. So once again, we're just kind of hanging out, waiting for a reason to trade. We have no reason right now. Maybe the euro currency will give us a reason to trade. I don't know. Again, we're not moving at an extremely fast clip, so it's not like we're missing anything. Okay. Again, you're seeing the markets that aren't getting too far bent out of shape. They're not going too far in any direction, other than like right now with the trend, which is lower in the S&P and the NASDAQ for today. The Russell's been on both sides, but overall, not a lot that I'd be willing to jump in and really take charge here. I think it's, again, you're better off. Sometimes observation is better. I think that's one of the things we're looking at here. Sometimes it's better just to sit it out. And what you're watching, like I said, we had 2 shots. They came in, but since then we haven't had anything that's remotely looked like a trade we'd even want to make. Maybe crude can run up to 62.30 or so. We'd look at that there. Okay, but overall, just not a lot. So there's not a lot. Why should we, or why should I get involved? I don't see the purpose in that. I think that's always a mistake. Better you miss the trade than put yourself in a bad trade. So maybe we're getting a little bit of a charge here in crude. The volume's a little bit light. I'd like to see it pick up a little bit more, but we'll see. We need a big buyer to step in here and push this up here. But I don't see much. I don't see much happening. I wish there was, but I just don't see it. So, all right. Well, we'll take our 2 trades. We'll take our 2 wins, and I'll see you back here on Thursday. Again, hopefully there'll be a little bit more action, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be pretty quiet until Labor Day. So have a great week, everybody. We'll see you back here on Thursday. Remember, every morning I put out the market 120. Just gives you a quick overview early before the markets open of what I'm watching. In the meantime, have a great day, everybody. I'll see you later.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.